Hey everybody! So today we're going to practice the visual audio associative trigger method for human resources. The first step, as always, is to organize and quantify what it is that you're trying to memorize. Okay, so this is the objective, the goal, of this particular memorization project. Human Resources Implementation Planning. You can see the original picture here. Now we break down the project by alphabetizing and organizing it, which I've done for you. So look at this nice little alphabetized and organized list. The project, in its entirety, is 31 words. 31 words is not a whole lot. Now, before we begin, I think it's important to get some perspective. Let's compare this project to one that we already know, the National Anthem. I'm using O Canada as an example because it's one of those few songs we all sort of know by heart. To state it explicitly, this project is not a big challenge. You should be able to memorize it pretty quickly, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to walk you through the steps, don't worry. Now let's make it easier. I already did it, but it seems so much cooler if I announce it, and divide this brain meal into manageable portions. And we're back. Okay, so just going back to the comparison idea for a moment, you can do this, no problem. Really not a big deal. Really kinda easy actually. Okay, so this is the only really challenging part of the entire project. Find an image or a video to associate the keyword with. The following images and videos are just the first associations that came to mind for this project. Feel free to come up with your own. This brings us to part 2 of the memorization process, actually associating images with words. One down, 6 to go.
Welcome to Zombieland. Rule number 1, cardio. Zombies lead a very active lifestyle, so should you.
Just to make this perfectly clear, you can associate anything you want. Here's an example of an alternative.
This is Sparta! This is Sparta! This is Sparta! This is Sparta! This is Sparta!
Sorry, I love that video. Alright, so 2 down, 5 to go. You got a real pretty mouth, can it take a picture? Alright, so we got 4 left.
Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives.
Carl Sagan is the man. 3 left.
Hiya, fellas.
It's him, the anomaly.
Do we proceed?
Yes,
He is still.
only human.
Upgrades.
Wow, that sounds like a really good deal. I have a better one. How about I give you the finger and you give me my phone call? 2 left. Body modification. It's real, folks. Check it out. Look at that. Final one already. Time just flies when you're having fun. Alright, so we've completed the first half of this memorization project. We have 7 images to give us hints and to act as a reminder of the terms we're memorizing. Now, for part 2. But first, let's look at our progress. We started with this, and converted it into this. This conversion process is actually kind of a big deal, so I'm going to elaborate on it for a minute. Images associated with words provide better mental traction than words alone. For the strongest possible memories, you incorporate as many senses as you possibly can into the experience. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to incorporate stuff like taste and smell and touch into a short video presentation, so the best we can hope to do is to take steps in the right direction. The right direction being stimulating and hopefully interesting associations that incorporate your hearing and your eyesight. Hence, video-audio associative trigger method. So, let's take another quick look at the progress we've made before we fatality this project. Alright, so time to finish him. Just a quick note, the next term we're going to memorize is parallel testing. The first word that came to mind when I was doing this association was parachute, and the following clip is basically my worst nightmare about what would happen if the precious chute didn't open after jumping out of a plane. One down, 5 to go. Policy and procedure development is the next one. Police was the first word that came to mind, and I came up with a pretty good clip for this one too.
Cops in Springfield.
Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Springfield cops are on the case, but what do you expect for the money we make? Whether in a car or on a horse, we don't mind using excessive force. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
2 down, 4 to go.
I pity the fool who's illogical.
3 left! Are you excited? I'm excited. This is almost done. For steering committee input, I thought this picture was perfect. And then there were 2. For this next one I had to go back to The Simpsons just because the first thing that came to mind with unit and integrated testing was crash test dummies.
Our tireless safety engineers crash test over 1,000 cars a year.
Hey, wait! That's not a dummy!
This exhibit is closed.
Alright, so last one. User and technical support training. Well, tech support was the first association that came to mind, so I went with Transformers.
I need a telephone. Telephone, yeah. An emergency Pentagon call. I need you to... Do you understand? It's an emergency Pentagon call. I don't have a credit card!
Sir, the attitude is not going to speed things up any bit at all. I'm going to ask you to speak into the mouthpiece very clearly.
And that's it, we're done. Touchdown, field goal. But we're not finished, unfortunately. Fortunately, however, we've completed the hardest part, coming up with associations to cement the terms we're trying to memorize. All that remains is the easy part, the practice. I'm going to contrast what we began with and where we ended up. We started with this, and ended with this. I'll explain why this is amazing. Provided you practice a little bit, a few minutes here and there, you'll cement this information in your brain and never have to worry about it again. To state something explicitly here, to make it perfectly clear, The pictures are a kind of mental signpost. They point you in the right direction. They provide a hint, a trigger to the information you're memorizing. They're very much training wheels, and you'll know when you finally internalize the memories, when you no longer need the pictures to help you recall the information. And that's what's involved with the third and final part of the memorization process, taking off the training wheels. Part 3, Practice, coming soon to a classroom near you.